Have you ever stopped to think about how the food you eat affects the environment? What happens when the trees are cut down or bent? What happens when our water bodies are polluted? When refined and processed foods becomes the norm? Do you ever pause to consider the burden we subject Mother Earth to? Asiedu. Well, welcome to Mankrong, a land Joshua Asiedu has made his home. Seeking to reconnect with his ancestors, he chose to settle in the wild bushes of Mankrong in Ghana, leaving behind the advanced technology he was once exposed to. Well, come with me. This would be an eye-opener for you and for me.
I see a lot of inscription. I would find out more about that later. In the meantime, Ago!
Amen.
Ago!
Mebo. Hello.
Hey. I'm fine.
There you go. Hello, everybody.
This is Joshua Asiedu.
Indeed.
Alright, so take me inside.
Come over, come over. Yeah, I heard you say something about here.
Yes.
But I would like to explain quite quickly. They are not, maybe they are not necessarily instruction. I would say they are guidance. It's a guidance.
Okay.
That goes, the translation will go, it's like, my father helped me in translating it, but it will go like, within the rhythm of Onyankopong, we are dancing. Within the spinning of Asaseya, we are breathing. And within the walk of our ancestors, we are learning.
Wow.
So that's the essence with which we're gonna enter and go through the gate. By the way, gate that has also been built with recycled rice bags.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's a technique very simple. You put the rice bag that are gonna go waste in the soil, in the ocean. You fill them with soil, and they are becoming like super solid bricks. You can still see the shape of them, right?
Yeah.
And eventually, right now, we have these columns that are creating this portal into this sustainable world. So
wow, that's upcycling happening right here.
Exactly. So let's go. Come. So yeah, this is the place that eventually has been was a very bushy land that has been slowly but surely transforming into a food and medicinal forest. And here right now, we have one of the first trees that I planted, a mango tree. And you can see that it's sprouting once again with a lot of beautiful mangoes. There are a lot of also, okay, one is coming down.
Nature just let us, okay.
Yeah,
fine.
so there's also a lot of tiny mangoes on their ways. It's full of mango. And here, I believe that this is perhaps, even without me saying anything, this already captures the essence of what I'm about to show you today.
Yeah.
I'm from here, Ghana, from the eastern region itself, as well from Italy. My mother is Italian and my father is Ghanaian. My mother is from the south of Italy, a beautiful place called Napoli. I was brought up in Milan, though, in the city, a bit outside of the city, in the suburbs. And then at the age of 20, I remember I was already fed up with the type of lifestyle, very materialistic, consumeristic type of way of living in a very post-colonial system, Western system, racist system as well. And I never felt home in that context. Don't get me wrong, I had friendships and beautiful bonds, but to truthfully feel, I never felt home. And I felt that something was missing, beyond also the racist environment, something was missing within that context, that social context, that Western, modern social context. And I felt that nature was deeply missing, yet I had no knowledge about nature, no relationship with nature.
For a young man who has survived 7 years in a dense bush without a steady supply of modern food or machinery, it was clear Joshua had mastered the craft of self-sufficiency. This naturally led me to ask, with all the natural supply Mother Earth provides us with as a country, why is Ghana still heavily reliant on imported food? According to a Statista survey, Sub-Saharan Africa imported over 17 million metric tons of rice in 2022. Industry suggests these imports were valued at approximately $6 to $7 billion, whilst exports remained minimal. These staggering figures highlight the paradox that despite Africa's vast agricultural potential, it continues to rely heavily on rice imports and other commodities. This raises a critical question: can Africa achieve food security and self-sufficiency?
A lot of people associate Africa to poverty, but this poverty comes from an extraction that took place from other people, from the colonizer, because they came here because we have enough to feed not only Africa alone, the whole world. Matter of fact, the whole world feed itself from African resources, from the global south resources. Once again, this technological revolution that we are witnessing right now is coming from African resources. A lot of the food that goes around the world is coming from African and global south resources. Even a lot of people that are plant-based, vegan, in the global north, they can actually support that type of nutrition most of the time because of the resources coming from the global south, because of the labor coming from farmers from the global south which are even not ethically paid. So the answer is, of course, we always been, we are, and we always will be capable of feeding ourselves, keeping the resources for ourselves, only if we are willing to interact with these resources.
I just drank sobolo, hibiscus tea in English, and it's so delicious out of my handmade clay pot. Down there is a sample of some molded clay cup and bowls for you to eat from. This is simply beautiful. Why can't we adapt nature? Why can't we be natural? Why can't we reconnect to our ancestor? Ghana, Africa, we have everything that makes us unique, everything we would ever need to be self-sufficient.
We really need to be proud of who we are, be confident in what we are, and stop to look up to random people that literally bombard us with so much propaganda to the point that we feel that more Western it is, more white it is, and better it. But guess what? The West wouldn't even exist without ourselves here, without our resources. So it's just about, literally, I believe it's just about like looking at ourselves in the mirror, looking at our land in the mirror and be like, we have everything that we need. But we need to be very bold in order to do that. And to hand this answer, I would repeat the words of Thomas Sankara, a very great revolutionary from Burkina Faso. And he was saying, we needed to have the crazy people of yesterday in order for us to act with extreme clarity today. I want to be one of these crazy people. We have to have the courage to create our own future.
Well, like he rightly said, you need to drift away from what the world considers as sanity to a place of insanity to create a world of sustainability and self-sufficiency. This is an example of self-sufficiency and self-reliance. He created this with his bare hands from the ground, from what he defines as Asasiya Edemalo. Asasiya gave him this to create what he has here, a shelter for himself. Come with me. Well, I have to take off my shoes and everything on my feet, so before I can go inside to meet him.
Correcto. This indeed is my house, but also my sacred space.
Okay.
Because as I mentioned before, this is beyond being a house, it's a process. Let me show you this process. Come in. Go in.
Wow. I'm on the sacred land, huh?
Indeed, very much indeed. Maybe one of the first things you might feel is the change of temperature also from outside.
Yeah.
Yes, we are in the shade, but also the mud. The clay has thermal properties that allows you to feel cooler during hot days and warmer during cold days. So it really works magically as well.
Yeah. And I feel the magic actually.
There we go. Indeed. And this place has all been built. This is just the living room. I kept it purposely open so in order to be protected yet still interactive with the element. Then I'm having the other room on the other side, which is my sleeping room. There's windows and all of that. And here is where I cook, where I chill. It's a type of meditation station. And I've been building this. Took 6 months.
It took you 6 months to build this place.
Yes, 6 months.
That's a long time.
Relative. I mean, if you see how long does it take to build, like I think this is like a 30 square meter. I forgot exactly the measurement. I think it's 27. To see like 2 rooms with 1 shower, veranda. Okay. Tell me if they will take 6 months in Accra. We'll talk about, so it's not.
But you do this alone. You did this actually alone.
I did it predominantly alone. So the first 3 months I was with an elder that came. He knew how to do the roof, but turned out that he didn't know properly, so there was some mistakes. That's why the temperature is not as fresh, because I needed to put a tarp on top because I wanted to have only bamboo. But it was a learning process. Then few people that came also through it, like somebody came like for like, let's say about a couple of months to help a bit here and there. Essentially has been a journey that has been done alone, especially the length of the 6 months and everything. So count the vision, the designing, and to just keep pushing and to keep having that the determination as well going. It's been predominantly alone with sporadic help, let's put it down this way. But also help has been there. And yeah, like literally was a hill that was outside that has been converted into this. And yeah, simple. Actually, I just made a tea. Do you want some tea? Let me give you some.
Yeah, of course. I said, look, you have utensils here, you have a myriad of spices.
Yeah, so
I see spices, I see olive oil and all that. You cook here, don't you?
Yeah, so first of all of these jars are all upcycled. So this whole stuff that we're doing some stuff inside, olive oil, shito, whatever.
Okay.
I upcycle them. This is the flour that we make, this banana flour.
Wow.
This is the flour that we are making here from the land.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is, for example, banana flour that we made. This one here.
Banana flour.
Yeah, banana isam. This one here is almost finished because it's tasty. This is a peanut paste.
Oh, okay.
Super. Tastes very nice. You can smell it.
It smells like peanut butter.
Indeed, it is. Yeah.
Traditional peanut butter.
So everything is just
But
like.
this is handmade. Is this handmade?
It's handmade, yes, exactly. With a mortar. This one here is also handmade. It's ginger. Like smell a little bit.
Okay.
It's very strong. This one here. You see?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's ginger. Pure ginger.
Yeah.
Here we have charcoal as well, also made here. And
Okay.
eventually here, if I would add lime, I can also activate it, make activated charcoal to brush your teeth, to get rid of odors and so on.
Yeah.
So this is like our laboratory, you know. And see here, actually, I'm having some. See, it's green. Is a mango leaf tea.
Okay.
Another thing here, I'm not sure why not too many people are aware of it, but mango is not only producing very tasty fruits, but also its leaves are medicinal. For what? Mainly respiratory tracts, for asthma, cough, flu. This is very great for your immune system altogether. This is mango leaf tea.
Oh, it tastes like water. It tastes like normal water.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't
Why
add
don't we
anything else.
normalize this and make it our regular water?
Yeah, I mean, it can also be an option. I mean, right now there are also certain nutrients that wouldn't make it last longer.
Okay.
You know, you couldn't unless you put it in the fridge. But it's a very mild taste in itself. I mean, if you're sensitive to taste, you can taste the mango leaves. But it's very mild, yet it's very, very medicinal as well. It's not bitter like neem or other type of medicine. Right?
Wow, I see bottle stuff in the mud. What does it mean?
So this one is another thing that we decided to upcycle. A lot of the jars, as I told you, are upcycled. Likewise, the beans here, the bucket, they are all upcycled bucket. I put the pipe. Right now I'm having running water from it. And in this case was in order to create a light effect, so that during sunset, when the sun is setting, it goes down and it would like reflect on the colors of the bottles and create a very beautiful atmosphere inside here.
Wow, so this is like a form of light.
Yeah, exactly. A form of light, a form of atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yes, just playing with whatever is around, with nature, but also I need to acknowledge the fact that this society has created so much waste. So where this waste is going to. So I've been trying to recollect some of it in order to bring back value towards it, right? Like as I showed you before, at the entrance, the very entrance is built up with recycled rice bags with soil inside. And so that's the principle, going back to nature while acknowledging the state that we are at, like we are with in this nowadays, and what we do with it. Let's try to implement, let's try to move forward.
I envy you actually. I see an aura of earth everywhere. Everything is so natural. I envy you.
It's all part of our nature, though.
Joshua's journey has now transformed into an eco-village where people travel from all over the world to learn and reconnect with their root.
It serves as an educational space for individuals from every type of background, any type of whatever, to come and to relearn the way of our ancestors. I'm saying relearning because we already know it. It's within our DNA. It's just that we forgot about it. It's just because we've been so distracted by the huge amount of information that we have exposed to, especially nowadays with social media. We scroll. Next things we know is 2 hours and we just been scrolling so many information. Our brain is not built to get all that type of information from so many different. It's about slowing down, coming back to your roots, to your essence, and learn about something that is intertwined within yourself, within the essence of existence as well. And so via the social media, I was like, since everybody's using the social media, why not using it with purpose? So I was like, let me try to share my journey and to see if somebody feels inspired by it. And little did I know, many people started to feel inspired by it. And so people were like, oh, I want to come and learn from this space, learn from you, learn from the experience. And so I started to open it up for the public by creating these events for people to come and to learn practically, hands-on experience. Forget about walls, and it's an educational place, but doesn't resemble a school, right? This is like an ancestral school, like many indigenous communities used to have, where the elders that were sharing their story, where people with experiences that were sharing the actual practical knowledge, right? So people coming nowadays from all over the world to learn how to naturally farm, how to naturally build, how to naturally process food with your own hands and hand tools. So it's about slowing down, it's about disconnecting from the world in order to reconnect to the essence of yourself.